up, y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back for another review. This is my review for The Shot. This is season 4, episode 7. My nephew went to go get a haircut, so I said, let me hurry up and film this before he come back and try to interrupt my video. Y'all know how he do. I know y'all like him and all of that, but I be trying to get my stuff out the way. So we're gonna go really out of order on this episode because some of the storylines were intertwined, and I'm saying as far as Keisha, Dre, some of Emmett stuff. So we just gonna go out of order because I can do that. That's my business, in the words of Auntie Tab. We're gonna start off with Emmett because he really didn't have a lot going on in this episode. We see that he's outside of Keisha's house with Tiff, and he wants to build up his relationship and ask her on a date. She can't go because she has to work at this sex party. We see that they go together later on in the episode, and is it me? Or did I expect to see a little more in this scene than what we got? The only freaky deaky thing that I seen was the girl who had the split tongue. That is definitely some wild stuff. I don't know how you get that done. Is that like something you have to get surgery for or what? That was definitely something to see, but like I thought they were going to give us a little more. I do like the fact that they did have to give consent. I said, okay, I know that's right. Just because we had a sex party, that don't mean you can get a little too carried away. I'm going to need you to ask before you get to touching, sticking, and kissing and all of that. Now, there wasn't too much to the scene, but Tiffany did ask the host if she was married. Yeah, she's married, and she's been married for some years. So Tiffany wanted to know what was the secret to maintaining a marriage. She said that the couples who play together usually stay together. I don't know if that means that Tiffany and Emmett are going to be swingers or something like that. They're gonna be more fluid in their open marriage or what, but I mean, we'll just see. I know next week it looked like he gonna try to get closer to her even more, and I'm just like, okay, so y'all just gonna keep trying to push them closer and closer together. I don't want this. Like, girl, call up Dante. He need to be trying to sweep you off your feet. Like, writers, what y'all doing? Moving on to Jake and Papa. They down at Smokey's, which is the only restaurant that's available in Chicago, right? Nonetheless, Papa is doing some picture cutouts of Maisha. He's working on getting his girl back. He's trying to apologize. And to Jake, this is corny. This is lame. You will never catch him doing anything like this for a bitch child. Y'all know he just rude as all hell. And Papa's like, well, speaking of that, the way that y'all did Kev was wrong. Jake's response to that was, it's not my fault, he's corny. We're going to speak on that in a minute. Now, he's taking Jezebel to the spring fling, and he's looking at Papa for some guidance, I guess. Or I guess Papa just decided to insert himself into helping him propose this spring fling thing to Jezebel. Now, he did let her know, or let Jake know, that this was real messy. And Jake said that he was following his heart. I said, oh, not from the person who just said that that type of shit was lame and corny, but you following your heart? Okay. I do love the fact that Papa cleared his ass and said, well, you just make sure that she don't break your heart. I said, okay, what makes you think she'll be good to you? No. I had to give y'all a little Tony Braxton, but they went to the store. It looked like a little bodega or something. He trying to figure out what kind of car to get Jezebel, and then Papa is telling him that he needs to learn her love languages. I said, see, that's the thing about Papa. He knows how to treat a lady, okay? I don't want him to be giving Jake any guidance. Don't give him no guidance on how to do this whole situation, okay? It's not gonna last long anyway, so I don't need you to be doing all of this, Papa. Save your work for somebody who really is ready to love. Speaking of Judas and Jezebel, we see that they're down at Judas's house, and he proposes to her to go to the spring fling, and she was saying a lot of babes. Oh my gosh, babe. Oh, I said, oh, it was just pissing me off every time. It was pissing me off. I just want to throw up. I just can't see it for them. Never will see it for them. And I just feel like it's not going to last long while you're sitting there trying to propose shit and asking her to spring flings and all of that. I thought all of this was corny, sir. Make it make sense, Drake. Moving on to Kevin, we see he's at the house and he listening to music, and his mama is just being super naggy and doing the most. She gonna tell him, are you mad because Gemma left you for your friend? Yikes, bitch. Hold on, wait. I understand you might be feeling a little pressure or a lot of pressure because you cheated on your wife and now you feel guilty and dumb, but I'm gonna need you to tone it down. Way to be there for your son, Nina. Now, Dre is saying that she wants him to go back to school, back to the private school. How, Dre? You was there when that man said he can't come back. He is suspended indefinitely. How do you want him to go back to this private school? He gonna go back to public school and we gonna call it a day? Or is that the only private school in Chicago? I'm gonna leave. Let it go, Dre. Just let it go. Dre thinks that Kevin is depressed. So do I. Y'all remember the list of things that Kevin had went through that I gave in my last review? The man is definitely depressed, but he was going out to get him a new game. He waiting in line just like people waiting in long lines to go and get Jordans just for a game. Wasted all that time only for him to not even buy the game because it sold out. Now, it is sold out, and the girl that he ran into, that Aggie little couple, the guy's little sister that he ran into last week, she got the hookup on the game, so she was able to get it. I said, oh, she was real nice today because he asked if he can go play with her, and she was like, yeah. Now, they go to this little game dungeon where all her homies go and play games at. They start playing the game together, and they went into overtime. Kevin ended up beating her in the game, and sis was in her feelings about it. I said, oh, are you a sore loser? Baby, when I tell y'all, my brother used to be a sore loser playing the PlayStation back in the day. He used to be fussing at the TV. He used to hit the TV. The shit used to be hilarious to me because I'm like, it's a game. You really this mad? Everybody was cheating. The computer was cheating, everything. Child, it just brought back a lot of memories. But nonetheless, they end up going to the park afterwards, and she was saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you beat me. And he said, why? And her response was, because you a little corny. What makes Kevin corny? Because I'm tired of people saying this. Jake says it all the time, and then he meets this girl and she thinks that he's corny. What about Kevin is corny? Because I think that I have a good sense of corniness. I think I have a good corny radar, and I'm not seeing that in Kevin. Is he corny because he's not a hood nigga? He don't walk around trying to be a thug, trying to be street, and he ain't in the streets? Keep in mind, a lot of them dudes who be in the streets, they posers. So I don't understand where I think the writers have failed Kevin in that aspect, because I'm not understanding where y'all getting at. Y'all need to do better. Stop with this whole corny narrative. Is it because he don't act like Jake? It just really gets on my nerves. Like, I'm over that whole corny thing. Kevin is not corny. He's been through a lot, just like he told that girl. And even then, even if you take that out of the equation, that has nothing, like, his personality is not corny. Stop saying that. Sorry, I'm just annoyed by this. But do y'all know that a lot of street niggas, to me, are corny? Because they be the same ones who be online flashing their money, flashing their jewelry, sounding dumb as fuck. That type of shit is corny to me. And I just feel like, a lot of us black people in general, we come in all different shapes, sizes, personalities. So to label somebody corny because they're not, I guess, the way that you want them to be, I can't get over this, y'all. Like, I can't. I don't like this. I'm very upset with the writers for continuously putting this corny label on Kevin. Anywho, they bond over trauma. The girl had a drunk dad and a crazy brother. She decided to be with her crazy brother, aka Jamal, the guy who's a part of the aggravating ass couple. So yeah, she's been through some things, I guess. Kevin asked her if she wanted to go on a date with him, and she said no, she don't see him in that light, and she's okay with just playing games with him. I appreciate her for that, because if she would have said yes, she would have been the rebound girl, because we already know Kevin is going through a lot, and he's not really over the whole Jake and Gemma situation. So let her be your lady friend, and there's somebody else who gonna walk into your life. You just better not accept that Jezebel, because I seen that preview for next week. Don't try it, Kevin. Then we see the scene of him dyeing his hair blue, and I wrote in my notes, like, I had like the thinking emoji, because I was trying to figure out what was the purpose of them showing that he was dyeing his hair blue. But then I watched the episode back right before I started filming, and I noticed that Lena, the girl, complimented her friend on him dyeing his hair. I said, oh my gosh, he about to turn into something that he's not. That's probably why they call him corny so many times. He's probably tired of hearing that and about to try to change up. Child, Lord, no. Let's get into Trig's storyline. We see that him and Duda are outside having a conversation. He was giving Trig props about the community signs that are throughout the neighborhood. I think it was something like, we all we got. Y'all know what the signs look like, but it was Tracy's idea. Trig knows that there's something going on between the two of them, so he told Duda to stop being a nigga. And what's the plan? Duda's next plan is to get his defund the police plan passed and for him to create more jobs within the community. I didn't know that they was having this conversation outside of Nuck's house, but once they went inside, Duda said, look, baby, you are dismissed. We no longer need your services, and I'm going to need this house cleaned out by tomorrow. I said, I know that's right. That's what Amani was talking about when she said that their protection or their trust was going to come at a cost. You know, she had to get that one favor in. She do not play about them trap house girls. We see later her and Trig went back to the house and unlocked the rooms that the girls were stashed in. And one of the girls had something to say to Amani about it. She was basically calling her the light-skinned savior. She thinking that she doing them a favor. Little does she know they're about to be homeless. They don't want to be in shelters. They don't have any family that they can call. Now, I was writing in my notes that they should just flip the house and let them stay there. And that's what they end up doing, or they're planning to do, is to remodel the house and allow the girls to stay there, which I think is a good job. I love the fact that Amani is very committed to those girls and trying to give them a better life than what they had before. Because, you know, some girls do get very comfortable in that lifestyle, but you still need a way out because that is not the way to live. We get this cute little scene. Well, it was cute because of Trig and Amani, but Jake comes in the house and asks them for some money because he wants to surprise Gemma and, you know, take her to the spring fling or whatever. So they was asking him, do he even know how to step, you know, Chicago step. That's what really makes me want to go to Chicago, because it is a city that has so much culture. I've never been before, and I'm just dying to go, especially because Auntie Tab, when she was filming up there, she was saying there was a lot of good vegan restaurants. So, you know, I got to go up there and try one. But nonetheless, yeah, they was teaching him how to step in the name of love. It was really cute. We get this really nice scene where the community is coming together. You know, you have guys helping old ladies with groceries. Thug number one, you know, that one dude that we usually see with the braids who be hanging with Duda and Trig. I'll call him Thug number one because, you know, on credits, when you be looking at it, be like officer number one, thug number one. Yeah, him, thug number one. He was trying to help this young dude stop, or not help him, but he was trying to prevent him from breaking into somebody's car. They're doing free clothes, free food. I like this scene. It's positive imagery. You know, some people will probably be like, but it's not realistic. Look, just enjoy the scene for what it was, okay? We don't need to hear all of that. Just take it for what it is. Trig decides to go and do a check-in on that aggravating ass couple. And old girl, remember, they was arguing about OnlyFans. So baby girl got her baby fat on, her little velour tube top, and then she got a vibrator doing this. I said, bitch, this is a bootleg ass OnlyFans. I don't know how much money you making, but sis, I'm gonna need you to stop while you ahead, because a little what? You can't be making more than $500 with that. He gets a text message later on because he was with Amani and they decided to name the house after Trinity, the girl who passed away that Amani was trying to save. So in the midst of that, he gets a text message and it's the aggravating couple. It's the guy, Jamal. I finally learned his name, or his character's name in the show. So Trig goes up to the scene and sees that they're in a dispute and her brother is there trying to protect her. Jamal is saying that Miss Velour Two Top hit him in the head. She gonna lie and say he got that from skateboarding. Girl, who is you lying to? That man, I know looks can be deceiving, but that man was not out nowhere doing no damn skateboard tricks. Girl, you know you lying like hell. So Trig is trying to defuse the situation. He asked Jamal to go outside. They downstairs having a conversation. He getting ready to leave or whatever. I guess, you know, Trig always be trying to send him on somewhere. Now, the brother and the sister, they come downstairs and she egging it on, talk about some fuck him up. So they get into it. The brother pulls out his gun. Trig trying to break up the fight, but the guy wasn't backing down. So because he wasn't backing down, Trig punches him and that causes him to drop the gun. Now Jamal done picked up the gun and shot the brother. Now the girl's brother is dead, all because she wanted to egg on the fight. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess, and I felt bad for the brother. I felt bad for the guy because he didn't even start that. The brother was coming at him. So it's just like, bruh, I know it's going to be heavy on Trig's mind. That's going to fuck with him mentally. Later, we see he's at the house and Duda pulls up on him and he was asking him, are you really trying to defund the police? Because everybody is now on the same page. A lot of people feel like the neighborhood would be a lot safer with the cops around, and it's hard for them to get on one accord if things like that, the guy being shot, is going to continue to happen. So Duda said that he needs to move, that Trig needs to move better. I said, well, that's not the response that he was looking for. I'm going to need you to be a little more supportive because the man is trying to make a way, but it's hard to try to keep a lot of people in line. That's a difficult task. Moving on to Keisha, we see that she really took her baby back. And I was very shocked, but not really because the previews, I mean, I was still shocked nonetheless. I wanted to know how that went down with Octavia. Like, how did you approach the situation? I wanted to see her real emotions. Is that the last we're going to see a Auntie Tab? I need to know these things. But Nina comes into Keisha's room and she was asking her, is this something that you're really sure you want to do? Because she's thinking about her future. Since you work at the Goodwill, yeah, how are you going to get by off of thrift store money? Do I know how much they make at the thrift store? No, I don't. But I can imagine being a person that worked in retail, that it's not a lot. So Keisha's like, I mean, don't you love me? Okay, yeah, you love me, so you love my baby. Like, but Nina was asking good questions because when she said, I don't want you to have regrets and this baby gets older, he started looking like his daddy, then what? Yeah, because you definitely have PTSD. So that was a valid question. I would want to know how she's going to deal with that. But I'm sure we'll learn that further on into her storyline. She doesn't have a name for her baby as of yet, but she invited everybody over for food and to bring gifts. She didn't want to call it a baby shower, but I was with Dre. If they bring in food and if they bring in gifts, then this is a baby shower. But nonetheless, Dre picks up on Nina's energy. She said that she felt her being a little uneasy, and she charged it to Nina acting that way because of Jada's cancer. Wrong. She's acting like that because she cheated, and you just don't know yet. Now, this is when Tiffany and Emmett come in, and Tiffany gonna say, oh my gosh, I moved into a bigger space. Why are you acting surprised? You done been to this house before. You the one who helped Keisha pick out an outfit for when she met Octavia. Writers, what? No. See, this is a flaw right here. Child, they trying to give her baby names, and I say y'all need to stop while y'all ahead because these names are no good. I mean, Tiffany said Denzel, Emmett said Quavo, and I said hell no. Y'all just need to leave it up to her because y'all not giving good suggestions. No offense to anybody whose name is Denzel or Quavo. Now, we get this scene that I was actually pleasantly pleased with. It was with Nina and Emmett. He noticed that she had this little orange juice and it probably was spiked with a little gin or something like that. So he asked for a glass, but he is sensing that Sis's energy is all off. He said, baby, it seemed like you living with a little regret. I don't know what you're going through, but you need to come clean. I said, baby, from one cheater to another, okay? Emmett knows that feeling all too well. So he was like, look, I'm going to need you to go ahead and speak your truth because that guilty conscience ain't gonna do you no good. I like the fact that they was together because you wouldn't expect them to be having one-on-one conversations, but I really enjoyed that little piece. So Jada shows up to the party looking great. We seen earlier on in the episode that she ended up shaving her hair off, and it was a hard scene to watch, but I do love the shaved look on her. I love it way better than the Marley Twisted they had her in for the past 4 seasons. So shout out to Jada, girl. You look good. You look edgy. I love it for you. Now, they was talking about baby names. They're all gathered around the table, and they were asking her where she got Emmett from. We know Emmett is named after Emmett Till because she had heard about his name so much growing up, and she wanted to pay homage to him. So when she had a son, it was a no-brainer. She said, when you name your child for someone, it's a way of making sure that their legacy never dies. So it explains why Keisha made the decision that she made towards the end of the episode. So then here come Nina talking about, well, I just hope that he passes the resume test. Shut your ass up. She is such a negative Nancy. She irked my spirits throughout this whole episode. But like that statement right there, it's like, you're such a conformist. It's annoying the hell out of me. Like, she had something to say about the way the baby was born, the baby's name. Like, girl, are you living for white people? Like, she give me that energy. Like, oh, don't be acting crazy because you know, don't be acting like that in front of white people. Girl, fuck that shit. It's aggravating as hell. Now, we see later she's having a conversation with Jada, and Jada is thanking her for sharing Dre with her because if it was Jada would have thought something was going on. And Nita's like, yeah, that's crazy. And Jada picked up on it and was like, girl, you really thought that? Nina said, what else was she supposed to think? You know, y'all sneaking around, y'all being secretive. Like, what else was I supposed to think? And then she comes clean to Jada and was like, I did something wrong. I cheated on Dre. And Jada's like, oh shit, well, all right, girl, you already know what you gotta do. So Nina goes and tells Dre, but before she does that, she comes in and Dre is picking up on her energy yet again. She like, every time I touch you, you pull away. And even before then, Dre was saying like, just when we think that our life is going back to normal, it gets turned upside down. I said, well, go ahead and put on your seatbelt because this car is about to start turning around again, Miss Ma'am. So then that's when she goes and says, Dre, I did something. I was with somebody else. And Dre got to screaming, no, are you serious? I said, oh, you heard my girl. Y'all know Dre is one of my favorite characters on the show. And Nina done went and cheated on my girl. Nina, you should be ashamed of yourself. So what y'all think Dre gonna do? Y'all think Dre gonna leave Nina or not? I don't think they're gonna stay together, but I don't know. It look like next week is gonna be like the episode of love. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get to see what happens between them next week. Now, after that, we see that Keisha is having a nightmare about being locked up in that man's house and the day that Ronnie saved her, and it just came to her. Her baby started crying and she woke up and she named her baby Ronnie. And it just made me tear up. Like the way that when Ronnie saved her, when Ronnie died, like all of that was just like a lot. I love the decision that she made. I was totally here for that. So I think this was a good episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Let's get down in the comments and talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.